Now this is a team from ATASP. It's an agricultural transformation program financed by the African Development Bank, and which has been in the works since about 2015. Because of various issues, there have been delays, and when the delays were sorted out, we had COVID in 2020 before the project finally took off. This essentially is a visit by the team to brief the Emir on the progress that has been made since work resumed, and also to intimate him on a second phase of the project that is now being developed so that it will complement what has already been done. ATAPS involves several social programs, schools, hospitals, and then of course some of the most important are the expansion of the irrigation capacity in the Auyo area. I think the first phase about 800 hectares. There's another 260 hectares in the second phase, and then there's almost 41 kilometers of road network, feeder roads, which now are also serving as embankments because of what we have seen in the last 3 years due to the excessive flooding that has bedeviled the area. So it's going to serve two purposes. It's going to serve as access roads for people to bring out their farm produce. The whole essence is economic empowerment and economic impact. There's a trimming project that's adding about 1,000 hectares to the Auyo irrigation scheme. This is adding also another 1,000 hectares. There's no point having additional 2,000 hectares if farmers are having problems bringing out their produce to the farm. So this is just a complement to the irrigation expansion. And of course, also a lot to do with market enhancement. So there are markets that are being developed by ATAPS. There's farmer improvement in terms of techniques. And of course, the farmers are also being taught how to treat farming like a business. And just like Adamu explained to the Emir, they have already seen a large improvement in some of the economic indices of the people in the area. In fact, most of what they have seen is actually in excess of the expectations of the project. So we came to brief the Emir. You'd be surprised, as a senator, I'm part of their team. I was involved in this since 2015 when I was deputy governor. And I think what was important is for us to emphasize the role that the governor played in the actualization of this project. Because this project almost clashed with the World Bank Trimming project, but in its capacity as governor, His Excellency graciously insisted that we pursue this project and look at other areas that it can be implemented. He did not want Jigawa to lose a single dollar out of the $31 million for the project. And that's exactly what we did. We put heads together. We had a harmonization committee, which I chaired, and we identified, a lot of aspects that we could sink that money into that will complement the trimming project. So we felt it was important for the Emir to know this is the cause of the delay, and this has the progress has been made. Most of the roads are at 50%. Most of the social infrastructure have been completed and handed over to the community. And of course, to also let him know about the phase 2 and to seek his support. It's very important for people to be aware of what is happening, so that the people that are direct beneficiaries can understand the importance of the project and they can protect the project. It's no longer the case to do a project and abandon it. You hand it over to the people. ATAPS will not be there to ensure that they do what they are supposed to do. So this is where the state government will also come in to support in continuous maintenance. If you are making a project with economic enhancement capacity such as this, is actually lifting up the people so that even themselves, when they see the importance and the impact of the project on their lives, you find that they don't need to come back to government for improvement, for small expansion, for maintenance, and so on and so forth. So that's what we are here for. I'm sure Awolu can provide some additional details.
Yes, sir. Before you put it in, sir, what are you going to say with regard to the performance of the staff of ATAPS?
I think they have been wonderful. We have been working with Awolu since 2015. And like I said, the project was bedeviled with problems. We had problems with Ministry of Agriculture and African Development Bank. We had problems with personalities. There was nothing we did not do together. I mean, like I said, people even lost their jobs because of this project. Because when we found that after World Bank, I was part of World Bank scoping. We traversed the whole of our area with the World Bank officials. And when ATASP came, I was also part of the scoping team. And when they went and were driving along the same roads that World Bank was supposed to do, they were pointing to the same area that World Bank was expanding. I told them this is exactly what Tremaine project is about. They said it was not possible. So when we now sat down and compared in the office, we found out that it was a complete overlap, almost 100%. So you find that this was where Governor came in and said we shouldn't allow the project to leave. We shouldn't allow it to be taken somewhere else. So we had to sit down with people like Awolu and redesign where the $31 million will go. Instead of irrigation, let's do roads. Instead of canal expansion, let's do schools, let's do markets. And I think, like I said, we had a total of over 11 meetings before we finally came up with a concept that was acceptable to the bank. And this is what you are being seen implemented now. It wouldn't have been possible without their support. He is just a project coordinator. If you take this project to Niger or Sokoto, he will still go there. But they stuck with Jigawa. They helped us. They gave us inside information. They told us who to meet. We met Hadejia. We met like I said, Ibrahim Hadejia, who was the FDP coordinator. We had meetings in China. And eventually, this is where we are. We are not only completing ATASP project in its entirety, we are looking at an expansion in phase 2.
Sir, as a representative of this constituency, Jigawa Northeast, did I any message to the beneficiary community?
No, like I said earlier, it's for them to embrace the project, and it is for them to utilize the full potential of the project. This is a project that has economic enhancement capabilities. The Hadejia Valley Irrigation Project started over 40 years ago, and in 40 years, we only managed to do about 5,000 hectares. What we are doing in the last, since the advent of the Buhari administration, is over 2,000 hectares, which is the largest single expansion that this project has seen in 40 years. So it's not a joke. All the economic activity we are seeing from Auyo, that is attracting Dangote, Three Brothers Rice Mill, and so on and so on, you are adding that capacity by almost 20 to 30% in the space of just 4 or 5 years. So it's not a small thing, and profit is the greatest motivator. You don't have to tell anybody what to do. If you are spending 40% of your input cost on irrigation, if you are a rice farmer, and they take away that 40% from you, you just open a canal and you have water, and you can imagine what economic impact that will have.
Exactly, sir. Thank you very much. Quickly come to the project coordinator who is representing Jigawa and Denari State. So, as a professional, is there any highlight on this kind of courtesy you give to the Emir of Hadejia?
So you start with your name. Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Hadejia. I'm the Zonal Program Coordinator of Agricultural Transformation and Support Program Case 1, Mani, Kano, and Jigawa State. Today we are in Hadejia to brief the Emir on the progress made so far on this program. You will all recall that last year, precisely, I think in the first quarter, we are here to sensitize the Emir and his people on this job. When we go down memory lane, like distinguished senator said, it's not by coincidence he's here with us. He's the pioneer of this program, and up to now, up to today, he's in this program. So I will start by thanking him and really saying that he is the man of the people, and he put his people first before anything. Secondly, the beauty or the advantage we have visionary leaders. Leadership of Alhaji Badaru Abubakar, the executive governor of Jigawa State, the then deputy governor. That was the time when this project was started. And because His Excellency, the governor, knows the capacity and the wherewithal of the current senator, the then deputy governor, he has relinquished the affairs of this program to him. And we thank God today we are here to celebrate. In fact, why I said to celebrate, the work is not completed entirety, but at least we have an appreciable percentage of progress that was made. And today, based on our indices, based on the studies conducted, we have perceived some of the indicators. We have superseded the expected percentage when it comes to achievement. You know, the objective of this program, the key ones are three: employment generation, income generation, and ensure food and nutrition security. These are the basic objectives of this program. As now I'm speaking, we have started, or we have gone far in achieving all of the three indicators. And now we are here, like I said, we are here a long time before now, Zonal, the Emir, and we are here on a walking visit. We are happy to say that right as we are speaking, we have a functional hospital at Arki community in Muhammadu local government. We have a functional primary school block at Denari, Muhammadu local government. We have a functional primary school block at Sarawa, Kapin House local government. We have a functional primary school block at Auyo local government in Hakudau village. We have a brand new constructed market of 4 stalls, 12 open shops, 1 partitioned block, and 2 other structures there, and it's ready for commissioning. We are working assiduously to see that it has been commissioned and handed over to the community. In fact, we are speaking with the community on an interaction tour to the similar market in Kano, Bunkure local government, which has been in business, in operation for quite some time. So that we have this kind of the thing that we are into. We want people to live by themselves, to be self-reliant, to even help the government to achieve its objectives. Because idleness is the devil's thing. We are trying to encourage our youth. This is why this program is here. We are constructing roads. We have 3 kilometers which has been completed at Tagmedan in Kapiansa local government. We have 17 kilometers under construction, about 45% achieved, from Auyo through Zaburau, Gudito, Hago, Maskangayu to traverse and end at that other road in Kapin Hausa. We have also another 18 kilometers which is still ongoing, about 50% completion from Barrage to Kalgway up to it terminates at Miga local government, where His Excellency the former Deputy Governor, distinguished serving Senator, has said there will be a bridge, a crossover, which that is a major impediment that stop people from crossing over. Like he said, if you are going to do that, you don't need to. Despite it is feeder road, but at some time you can apply it and reach to do that before anybody reaches when you follow the conventional way we used to follow. And apart from that, there is a brand new irrigation scheme at Kalgway, gulfing almost 2.5 billion naira, which is under construction now, and we are going to see what is happening there now when we leave this place. And at the course of the design, you know, the place is a plot plain area. So we have seen that at the end of the day, if the scheme is completed, there will be a challenge of blood. So within the context, there is a design for provision of a dye, so that it will safeguard the hectares that we develop, so that there will be continuous cultivation of predominantly rice crop there. Still to digress small, we have 3 value chain crops under the program: rice, sorghum, and cassava, which but rice has carried exactly, because even this market I'm talking about, it is rice market, where rice will be aggregated. We all know Auyo is second to best or to none when it comes to rice production. That's why that market is cited there. One good thing why I say our leaders, the incumbent governor and the distinguished serving senator, this market, this primary school, this hospital, we have to start on the drawing board to see. We co-opted Ministry of Works, Jigawa State, to see that we didn't have duplication of these structures. That is when we do it, and His Excellency, the former Deputy Governor, ratify it. Take to the he give us clearance with all the parties involved that are agreed. So you see, he said we avoid duplication with stream project. At the same time, we avoid duplication. Even this feeder road we have constructed, that time we have to look at what the state has on issue of feeder road with the Ministry of Work, so that we do not take road where state is going to build a feeder road. So this, if you look at it, it's a very good thing. When you have people that are up to the task and they have the people at heart, whatever you do, definitely a positive impact will accrue at the end of the day.
Thank you very much. I know that you have planned to execute the project, but how about the delay that you have made due to the period of the present
that's
government?
what I want to close finally. You know, in every activity or endeavor there is a challenge, and if there is challenge, definitely there must be success. You can't do anything to us without challenge. First, COVID-19. Under 2020 up to the first and second quarter of 2021, we are bedeviled with that problem. Work have stopped, and again, like the senator said, at the inception of the project, after a year and a half, there is misprocurement.
Yes.
You know, this is a donor-funded project.
Exactly.
So the project was suspended, disbursement was closed. We have spent about 18 months without doing nothing. So these are part of the challenges. And again, these feeder roads and the schemes, naturally, for the feeder, we are supposed to complete them by now. But there's challenge of flooding. There's challenge of flooding. Anytime the flood comes up, whether you like it or not, it has to be suspended. So, and it has given us advantage, because when we are doing in the platform, we saw the areas where there's really problem. So there is a redesign, so that at the end of the day, when we implement the project, it will be sustained. So these are part of the challenges that we are in, and like he said, in fact, the top management at that time we have that misprocurement issue, all the top management has been sacked. In fact, including some of the officers at some other zones. So at the end of the day, another interview has been conducted, and the program back on track. That's where we are today. And all this, he is aware. His Excellency, the Executive Governor, is aware. There have been information memos and correspondences. So, and at this juncture, I would like to still extend my gratitude and appreciation to His Excellency, the Governor of Jigawa State, for the prompt payment of the counterpart funding of this state. Yes, and which is part of eligibility to pass and to continue to draw funds for the development of this activity from African development. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You're welcome to